take a moment to notice where you are right now. Maybe you are lying in bed, phone resting loosely in your hand, the room dim and still. Maybe a soft light from the hallway spills under the door, or maybe the only glow comes from the screen in front of you. Perhaps outside your window there is a city, humming quietly beneath layers of concrete and glass. Or maybe it is much quieter where you are, a small town, a village, or a countryside house where crickets and wind take over when night falls. Wherever you are, however this day has gone for you, one simple, astonishing truth is quietly present. You are made of stars. Not as a metaphor, not as a pretty phrase from a poem, but as a physical, literal description of what your body is built from. The iron moving through your blood, the calcium resting in your bones, the oxygen filling your lungs, the carbon forming the architecture of your cells, all of it was forged long ago in the hearts of stars. You can let that sentence just sit there for a moment. You do not have to fully understand it. You do not have to visualize nuclear fusion or recall physics lessons. It is enough just to know that before you were human, before you were a child, before you were even a cluster of cells, the atoms that would eventually become you were traveling through space. Tonight, as you settle in and let sleep slowly approach, we will walk gently through that idea. Not in a way that demands focus or effort, but in a way that allows your mind to drift, to soften, to open just enough to let a little wonder in. You do not need to stay awake to the end. If you drift off halfway through a sentence, that is perfectly fine. This is a story that works even when you are not conscious for all of it. It keeps unfolding quietly, the way the universe does, with or without your attention. So, let us begin at the simplest possible place, your next breath. Draw in a gentle breath. Nothing forced, just a simple inhale. Feel the air moving in through your nose or through your mouth, cooler than your body at first, then warming as it meets you. Inside that breath is oxygen. Those oxygen atoms have been part of the Earth's atmosphere for a very long time. They have been inhaled and exhaled by plants, animals, oceans, ancient forests, and countless other humans before you. But if you trace those atoms back far enough, past the trees, past the atmosphere, past the forming of the Earth itself, you eventually reach the inside of a star. Not our sun, older ones. Stars that lived and died long before our solar system even existed. Inside those stars, lighter elements like hydrogen were fused into heavier ones. In their hot, dense cores, atoms collided over and over, merging and transforming. Oxygen, carbon, nitrogen, iron, these were not present at the beginning of the universe in any meaningful amount. They had to be made. When those stars died, some of them exploded in events called supernovae. In those explosions, they scattered the elements they had forged into the galaxy, like seeds being thrown into a vast field. Over time, the galaxy collected those seeds. Gas and dust gathered, swirled, collapsed. New stars formed. New planets formed around them. And on one of those planets, our Earth, those atoms eventually became part of oceans, rocks, air, and then living things. Tonight, a tiny portion of that long history is moving through you in the simple rise and fall of your chest. You are not separate from the universe. You are one of the ways it is able to breathe. Breathe in again, slowly, not to perform, not to achieve anything, just to feel, in and out. The universe is old and enormous and complex, but right now it is also unimaginably close. It is in your bloodstream. It is in your muscles and your skin. It is in the quiet pulse at your wrist and the gentler beat at your throat. You are made of stars, and those stars are still inside you, resting in a new form. A very old story, told in your body. If you could zoom in on your hand, past the skin, past the tiny lines and fingerprints, past the cells themselves, down to the level of atoms, you would see something simple and astonishing. You would see that there is no human atom and cosmic atom. There are just atoms. The same basic building blocks that exist in distant galaxies exist in you. They are not marked or labeled as special. They are arranged differently in living patterns, but the substance is the same. When people say you are made of stardust, it sounds poetic, but your body is not dust in the loose, drifting sense. It is an incredibly intricate structure, a careful arrangement of ancient materials. Those materials were once part of stars that burned for millions or billions of years. They were once part of clouds of gas stretching across light years. They were once free particles moving through space in silence. And now they're a beating heart. Now they're thoughts forming and dissolving in your mind. Now they're memories, emotions, dreams. You are, in a very real way, the universe rearranged into someone who can feel. Consider for a moment the iron in your blood. Iron is what allows your red blood cells to carry oxygen around your body. Without iron, your cells would struggle to receive the energy they need. That iron was not created on Earth. It was not formed in the crust of the planet or in the core of our sun. Iron is made in the final stages of a massive star's life, right before it dies in a supernova. So, somewhere in the distant past, long before our sun existed, a star lived, burned, and collapsed. When it died, it scattered iron into the galaxy. Some of that iron eventually became part of the gas and dust that formed our solar system. Some of that became Earth, and a small portion of that ended up in your body, flowing quietly through your veins right now. As you lie there, perhaps a little tired, perhaps a little overwhelmed from the day, your heart is beating with the help of a star that died billions of years ago. You don't have to visualize it perfectly. You don't have to imagine the explosions or the physics. You can just let the idea rest beside you like a quiet presence. There is something very old and very vast inside you doing its work without asking for thanks. Your day was small. Your story is not. Maybe today you answered messages or scrolled through social media or sat at a desk or stood behind a counter. Maybe you cooked, cleaned, commuted, studied. Maybe you had small arguments. Maybe you had small joys. All of that exists on a very human scale. Hours, minutes, tasks, notifications. It is very easy inside that scale to feel trapped by the day, to feel like you were just completing loops, wake, work, worry, sleep. But your body refuses to be reduced to a schedule. It carries a history that includes exploding stars, colliding galaxies, and rivers of time so long that our language struggles to name them. The universe is not asking you to solve it tonight. It is not asking you to be productive. The stars are not checking if you accomplished enough today. They are simply shining, as they have done for millions and billions of years. And some small part of what they once were is now resting in you, exhausted from the day, and yet unimaginably ancient. You are allowed to rest. The universe has taken its time. You can take yours. Let your face soften. Let your jaw unclench. If your tongue is pressed against the roof of your mouth, let it drop. This night does not need you to try. It simply needs you to be here, breathing slowly, letting the story of your atoms speak for itself. Many people go their whole lives barely noticing the night sky. Streetlights wash out the stars. Windows and ceilings become the limit of our gaze. Screens capture our attention before the darkness can. But above all of that, every clear night, the stars are there. Distant suns scattered across the sky. Our galaxy arcing overhead like a faint river of light. If you could step outside right now into a place with very dark skies, a mountain, a desert, a stretch of countryside far from any city, and look up, you would see something that is both overwhelmingly vast and deeply familiar. You would see the Milky Way, the galaxy we live in. Hundreds of billions of stars, most too faint to distinguish individually, blending into a hazy band. Among those stars are ones like our sun, and ones very different from it, hotter, cooler, larger, smaller. Some of them have already lived and died, contributing their material to the next generation of stars. Some of them are still in the early stages of life, burning steadily. And as you stand there, looking up, you are made of the same stuff as those stars. Your gaze would not just be going outward, it would also be returning inward. You would be looking at a sky that is, in a sense, your extended body. The universe is not out there and you are in here. You are in the universe and of the universe. You are one of its many shapes. Tonight, even if you are inside, even if you cannot see a single star, that truth remains. There is a galaxy above your ceiling. There is starlight arriving at the top of the atmosphere, continuing its journey as if nothing has changed. And inside your body, countless atoms that once wandered through that galaxy are now quietly at rest, part of you. You are not separate from the night sky. You are what happens when a small piece of it wakes up and begins to feel. Let your body remember what your mind forgets. Your mind spends a lot of time shrinking your world. It has to, really. If you were constantly aware of everything, the vastness of space, the depths of time, the intricacies of your cells, you would never be able to decide what to eat for dinner or what message to answer first. So your mind narrows your focus to manageable things, to-do lists, deadlines, worries, plans. That is not a mistake, it is a survival strategy. But at night, when you are preparing for sleep, that narrowing can become a trap. The worries replay themselves. The thoughts circle the same topics. The problems of tomorrow sneak into the last quiet hours of today. Tonight, you are allowed to widen your view again. Not in a stressful way, not with the pressure of understanding, but with the gentle curiosity of someone gazing out a window on a long train journey. You don't have to step out. You don't have to fix anything. You are just allowed to see a little farther. Your body already remembers that it is older than your problems. It remembers in its very structure the history of stars. Every atom in you has been part of other stories before this one and will be part of other stories after. So if a thought rises in your mind, a worry about tomorrow, a regret about something you said, a list of tasks not yet done, you can acknowledge it gently and then let it drift away like a small cloud moving across a much bigger sky. There is more space inside you than your worries can fill. There is more time behind you and ahead of you than any one stressful day can define. You are made of stars, and stars are not in a hurry. The quiet companionship of the cosmos. Imagine, just for a moment, that you are lying somewhere open to the sky. Maybe it's a field. Maybe it's the rooftop of a high building. Maybe it's the deck of a ship in the middle of the ocean. The air is cool but not cold. You are covered, comfortable, safe. Above you, the sky is black, not gray, not orange, but deep, endless black sprinkled with light. There is the Milky Way, clear and soft, like a faint glowing scar across the darkness. There are brighter stars scattered everywhere, some alone, some in clusters. And you are there, small in size but not in significance. One human being on one small planet in one solar system in one galaxy. You might think that this scene would make you feel lonely, but instead, something else happens. You begin to realize that loneliness is not quite the right word, because you are surrounded, even if silently, by everything. The atoms in your body are resonating with the atoms in the stars. You share a common origin. You share a common reality. The universe is not looking at you, judging you, or ignoring you. It simply includes you. You are inside its vastness, and its vastness is inside you. That recognition can be quietly comforting. The details of your life matter deeply to you, of course. The people you love, the choices you make, the dreams you hold, all of these are precious, but they are also held in a much larger frame. The frame of starlight and time, the frame of galaxies and gravity, the frame of matter rearranging itself over and over into new forms. You are one of those forms, and tonight you are a form that needs sleep. Sometimes it feels as though we have to hold everything together by ourselves. We hold our responsibilities. We hold our relationships. We hold the image of ourselves we hope others see. We hold our fears, our hopes, our plans. It can be exhausting. It can feel as though if we stop holding for even a moment, everything will fall apart. But the truth is, you are already being held by something far larger than you. The Earth is holding you up right now, keeping you from drifting off into space. Gravity is holding the Earth in its orbit, the solar system in its path around the galaxy in its place within the larger cosmic web. The universe has been doing this for billions of years without asking you to manage it. You are free, at least for this night, to set down what you are holding. You can imagine, if it helps, placing your worries one by one into a vast, dark sky. Each thought, a tiny star that you let float away, getting smaller and smaller until it is just another point of light among many. You are not throwing them away. You are simply acknowledging that they do not need to be solved in this exact moment, in this exact breath, right before sleep. Your body will rest better if your mind is allowed to loosen its grip. You can let the universe be big enough to hold the things you cannot hold right now. You are made of stars. You are allowed to sleep. As this first section draws to a close, notice if anything in you has softened, even slightly. Maybe your shoulders sit a little lower. Maybe your jaw is less tight. Maybe your breath feels a touch slower, a touch heavier in a pleasant way. Or maybe you feel exactly the same as you did at the beginning. That is fine too. Sometimes the mind takes time to trust that it is safe to let go. Sometimes the body needs a few repetitions of stillness before it remembers how to settle. What matters is not that you feel a particular way, but that you are giving yourself this time. Time to remember that you are not just what happened today. You are not just your to-do list, your messages, your worries. You are a being made of ancient matter, living one small, precious human day at a time. When you are ready to continue, the next section will take you deeper into the story of the stars themselves, how they live, how they die, and how their long, patient work became your body, your breath, your heartbeat. For now, if your eyes are growing heavy, you can let them close. If your thoughts are wandering, you can let them wander. The universe is very old. It can wait while you sleep. As this first section draws to a close, notice if anything in you has softened, even slightly. Maybe your shoulders sit a little lower. Maybe your jaw is less tight. Maybe your breath feels a touch slower, a touch heavier in a pleasant way. Or maybe you feel exactly the same as you did at the beginning. That is fine too. Sometimes the mind takes time to trust that it is safe to let go. Sometimes the body needs a few repetitions of stillness before it remembers how to settle. What matters is not that you feel a particular way, but that you are giving yourself this time
time to remember that you are not just what happened today. You are not just your to-do list, your messages, your worries. You are a being made of ancient matter, living one small, precious human day at a time. When you are ready to continue, the next section will take you deeper into the story of the stars themselves, how they live, how they die, and how their long, patient work became your body, your breath, your heartbeat. For now, if your eyes are growing heavy, you can let them close. If your thoughts are wandering, you can let them wander. The universe is very old. It can wait while you sleep.
Before we go farther, take one more slow inhale and a soft, easy exhale. The universe is patient. It will move as slowly as you need tonight. You are made of stars, but what does that mean? How does something as unimaginably hot and bright as a star become something as quiet and breathing as you? To understand that, we follow a single star, not our sun, but an ancient one, long gone but not forgotten. A star is not born shining. It begins in darkness. Not silent darkness, but a darkness filled with drifting clouds of gas and dust, cold enough to freeze your breath, vast enough to swallow thousands of solar systems, quiet enough that millions of years can pass without anything noticeable happening, unless you know what to look for. Deep inside one of these clouds, a molecular cloud, hydrogen gas floats like invisible mist. Everywhere, tiny grains of carbon and ice drift like powder in the dark. The cloud is so immense that if you could place our entire solar system inside it, it would disappear like a grain of sand on a beach. And yet, gravity has patience. It pulls, slowly, relentlessly. A slightly denser region forms, a subtle clumping, nothing dramatic, just a place where the pull is a touch stronger, the gas a touch thicker. Over thousands, then millions of years, that region contracts. It tightens the way your breath tightens when you draw air in. The cloud begins to collapse inward, grain by grain, atom by atom. If you could watch it in real time, you would see nothing. It is too slow. But speed is a human concept. The universe does not hurry. As the cloud collapses, pressure increases, temperature rises. Hydrogen atoms are pressed closer and closer together. At first, the clump becomes a protostar, something not yet shining, but full of potential. Imagine a heart before its first beat. Imagine a candle wick before the flame catches. Inside that protostar, temperature climbs toward millions of degrees. Not hundreds, not thousands, millions. And then, finally, a moment arrives. Not sudden, not loud, but profound. Hydrogen fuses. Two tiny atoms merge into one, releasing a burst of energy more powerful than anything you have seen on Earth. Fusion begins, the engine of stars. Like a match finally catching fire, the star ignites. Light floods outward, heat pours into the void. A soft glow becomes a blaze. The star is born. From far away, it looks calm, a steady, shining point in the night sky. But up close, it is a hurricane of nuclear fire, a churning ocean of plasma, hotter at its core than language can express. Every second, millions of tons of hydrogen fuse into helium, releasing light that will travel through space for millions of years, eventually to reach a planet and illuminate someone's face. Maybe yours. Stars do not shine for days or seasons or even lifetimes. They shine for billions of years, patient, unwavering, stable. Our sun has been shining for 4.6 billion years already. It will shine for several billion more. A star is endurance made visible.
From Earth, a star looks like a small dot, harmless, distant, gentle.
But that softness is a trick of distance. If you stood near one, not on its surface, there is no surface, but in its general neighborhood, you would see something astonishing. A star is a sphere of plasma, so hot that atoms are stripped of their electrons. It is a continuously exploding furnace, stabilized only because gravity keeps pulling inward, while fusion pushes outward. If gravity weakened, the star would expand. If fusion slowed, gravity would crush the core. The balance is delicate but remarkably stable. In that balance, life has a window to exist. Earth orbits in such a window, not too close, not too far, warm enough for liquid water, cool enough for molecules to form and stay intact. And yet, even in this perfect balance, stars are not eternal. Like living things, stars have life cycles. They are born, they shine, and eventually, when their fuel runs low, they must change. Not quickly, stars do not live fast. They evolve in slow motion. As hydrogen burns into helium, the core contracts. Temperature rises even more. Helium begins to fuse into carbon and oxygen in larger stars. In massive ones, iron will form, the last step before collapse. But collapse does not mean failure. Collapse is transformation. Let your eyes soften. If they want to close, let them. You can listen just as well with your eyes resting. A small star, like our sun, will swell into a red giant one day. Its outer layers will expand outward, enormous and bright, swallowing nearby planets. Eventually, it will shed those layers like petals falling from a flower. What remains is a hot core, a white dwarf, small, dense, shining for trillions of years as it slowly cools. But larger stars, the ones responsible for the iron in your blood, the gold in your jewelry, the calcium in your bones, end differently. Their cores collapse violently. Outer layers rebound. A supernova erupts. Not a simple explosion, but one of the most powerful events in the universe. In seconds, a star outshines entire galaxies. Elements forged in its core are hurled outward: carbon, oxygen, iron, gold, silver, scattered across space like sparks. Those sparks drift, they mix with gas clouds, they form new stars, new planets, new oceans. Eventually, they form you. If you could feel the history in your bones, if you could sense the long journey of your atoms, you might never feel ordinary again. You are not merely living temporarily in the universe. The universe is living temporarily as you. The star that made your iron had to die for you to exist. A supernova is written in your DNA. Every star you see is a story at a different stage of life. Some young, blue, burning hot and fast. Some older, yellow, stable like our sun. Some red, swollen, nearing transformation. Some gone entirely, though their light is still traveling toward us. When you look at the night sky, you are not seeing the present. You are seeing the past traveling into now. A star 500 light years away shows you light that left 500 years ago. A star 2,000 light years away shows you the world as it was in ancient times. Space is not just distance, it is time stretched out. Even Andromeda, the galaxy we spoke of earlier, shows us light from 2.5 million years ago, from before humans had language. When you look at stars, you are looking at memory. And when someone looks at you, they are seeing atoms originally forged in ancient suns. You too are memory. If that makes your thoughts slow, heavy, peaceful, good, that is how cosmic truth often feels. It widens things. It lowers the volume. You do not need to hold the universe in your mind. You only need to let it quietly hold you. It sounds strange, but your atoms are billions of years old. Older than Earth, older than the sun, older than the oceans and mountains, older than life. When you were born, you began a new arrangement of ancient particles.
Before that, those atoms were part of other stories: stones, oceans, meteorites, creatures, clouds. When you breathe out, you release atoms that might one day become part of another life: a tree, a raindrop, another person millions of years from now. Nothing is ever truly gone. It only changes form. You are a chapter, not the beginning, not the end, but a beautiful turning of the page. Knowing this, your small stresses may begin to soften. Not disappear, just loosen, like knots eased by warm hands. There is space around your life, far more space than your thoughts often allow. And into that space, rest can arrive. Pause here. Feel your breath again, in and out. If your mind is quiet, let it stay quiet. If it is noisy, let the noise move through without catching. Thoughts can pass like comets, bright, brief, gone. You do not have to follow them. The universe has been here for 13.8 billion years. It can wait while you rest.
Let's drift deeper. You're still lying where you were, but mentally, you're no longer on Earth. You are floating in a nebula now, a place where stars are still only ideas, the kind of place you've seen in photographs. Roses of purple gas, rivers of blue dust, filaments glowing red like embers inside smoke. But those colors are not painted for beauty. They are signatures of elements. Hydrogen glows red, oxygen glimmers green. Dust reflects blue starlight like fog catching headlights at dawn. Nebulae are not empty, they are nurseries. Every star you have ever seen, every star in your night sky, every sun that warms planets, every sun that ever died, all began here. You're drifting through one now. You can imagine it even with your eyes closed. We continue. Picture a vast cloud stretching light years across. So big that if you traveled inside at the speed of light, you would still see nothing but gas for years on end. Within this cloud, there are places of turbulence, eddies, swirls, density waves, like storms inside storms. A single ripple can fold gas upon itself, making one region slightly heavier than the rest, and gravity notices. It pulls everything toward that heavier spot, making it denser still, a feedback loop of attraction. Nearby grains of dust drift closer. Hydrogen atoms gather like whispers forming a word. In a few million years, what was invisible becomes undeniable, a knot of matter tight enough to heat itself through sheer pressure. This hot knot glows faintly in infrared, still too cool for visible light, like an embryo with a heartbeat but no voice. Eventually, its core ignites. A new star enters the universe. The nebula loses a little mass. The universe gains a sun. This exchange, cloud to star, is happening everywhere, all the time. Nothing is stagnant. Everything transforms. The night sky is not a painting. It is a garden. Stars are born in families, hundreds, thousands at once. They form clusters that slowly drift apart over millions of years as gravity rebalances and space stretches around them. Some cluster siblings stay gravitationally linked forever. Others part ways like childhood friends grown into distant adults. Our sun was born this way too, among siblings we no longer see. They're still out there, scattered across the galaxy, shining over distant worlds. Somewhere in the Milky Way, a star made of the same ancient cloud as our sun is glowing right now. You could stand on one of its planets, if such a planet exists, look up and see our sun as just another star. No one there would know they were looking at family. Isn't that strangely gentle? The universe never forgets its bonds, even when we cannot trace them. There are open clusters, loose, young, bright, like the Pleiades, shimmering like scattered diamonds. And there are globular clusters, ancient, compact, containing hundreds of thousands of stars, bound tightly like a fist of light. Globular clusters orbit galaxies like old guardians at the edge. Some formed before Earth existed, before the Milky Way even settled into its spiral arms. When you look at one through a telescope, you're seeing stars older than language, older than continents. Time here is not linear, it is spherical, dense, gathered. A star cluster is memory given shape. Now we move forward in the star's life. When young stars ignite, they don't form alone. Their leftover material forms disks around them. These are protoplanetary disks, rings of gas and dust swirling like cream in coffee. Inside these rings, dust grains collide. Most collisions bounce apart, but every so often, one sticks, then another, then another. Grains become pebbles, pebbles become rocks, rocks become worlds, slowly, patiently, through countless impacts. The process is violent but creative. Mountains melt, oceans vaporize, lightning cracks across skies under atmospheres still raw and hostile. Planets do not begin habitable. They cool, they stabilize, they wait. On some, volcanoes build land. On others, ice buries oceans. Some worlds fail entirely, airless, barren, silent. But a few, a precious few, find the conditions that allow complexity. Liquid water, stable temperature, a magnetic shield, a sun neither too wild nor too faint. On one such world, blue, small, fragile, beautiful, molecules began to dance. Carbon met hydrogen, nitrogen joined. A spark of chemistry became a chain reaction, and in that reaction, life began. Not with intent, not with design, but with possibility. Billions of years later, that life became oceans, forests, creatures. Eventually, it became you. You are part of that same chain. You are a continuation of that ancient chemistry. Your blood carries iron from stars older than Earth. Your bones hold calcium forged in stellar cores. Your brain fires electricity using the same electrons that once floated free in nebulae. When you inhale, you breathe atoms that once belonged to extinct stars. When you exhale, you release atoms that may one day become new ones. You do not end, you transform, just like stars.
Think about this gently. Every night, when you look at the sky, you are watching energy produced by fusion that began before humans existed. You are watching history in motion, light crossing the dark to reach your eyes. Long after you're gone, your atoms will continue their journey into soil, water, air, into trees, into other lives, into stars again someday. We worry about small things because they matter to us, but compared to the universe, nothing is permanent enough to hold. And this realization is not sad, it is freeing. You do not have to grip everything tightly. You are allowed to rest, allowed to be soft, allowed to exist without achieving. Stars burn without trying, planets form without instruction. Life grows without permission. You, too, may simply be. Let your shoulders drop, even if only a little. Let your jaw loosen. Let your breath slow, not forced, just allowed. Feel gravity holding you the way it holds stars, gently, invisibly, constantly. You belong here.
Picture the star you watched being born a moment ago, a sphere of hydrogen burning gently, balanced perfectly between collapse and explosion. A star is quiet from afar, but inside it is thunder. Its core is a furnace reaching millions of degrees. Atoms move so fast that when they collide, they fuse, becoming something new and releasing light. That light takes tens of thousands of years just to fight its way from the core to the surface, bouncing, scattering, shifting into photons that eventually escape and cross the vacuum of space. By the time that light touches your eyes, it has lived longer than any civilization ever has. And yet, to us, it looks instant. We see a star shimmer, we think it is now, but we are always looking into the past. Every star is a time capsule. Young stars burn faster, hotter, whiter. They spin quickly, throwing out flares and radiation, surrounded still by the dusty remains of their birth cloud. Protoplanets circle them like sparks around a flame. Some of these planets will crash into each other. Some will be eaten by their star. Some will find harmony and become stable orbits where oceans may one day form. Everything is trial and error, chaos sculpting order. It is strange to think humanity arrived so late in this long cosmic process, like walking into a movie after the final act and still feeling moved by the ending. Stars lived and died billions of years before life ever began on Earth. Their ashes became the building blocks of everything we know.
If a star is like a fire, then its main sequence, the long, stable period, is the slow, steady burn that lasts the longest. Our sun is here now, middle-aged, calm, warm, content. For billions of years, it has shone with just the right energy to keep water liquid on Earth and life possible. Every sunrise you have ever seen is a result of nuclear fusion happening quietly in the heart of a star. We wake each morning under an engine older than humanity. Sometimes it helps to remember this when life feels heavy. The sun does not worry about shining, it simply shines, and Earth moves around it in silence. You are allowed to exist without striving every moment. Rest is as natural as fusion. The universe is built on cycles, expansion and contraction, burning and cooling, growth and stillness. So breathe. Let the idea sit with you gently. Your existence is not an emergency. But even stars cannot burn forever. Eventually, hydrogen in the core runs low, fusion slows, gravity pushes inward, the core contracts, heating more. Outer layers expand dramatically. A star swells into a red giant, a sun bloated and bruised with age, glowing orange like embers. Our sun will become this one day. It will grow large enough to swallow Mercury and Venus, and Earth may become a cinder or drift outward scorched and barren. No humans will witness that moment, but perhaps something else will, something descended from us, or something entirely new. It is both humbling and comforting. The universe will continue without us, and yet part of us will remain within it, in atoms, in dust, in memory written into matter. The end of a star is not an end. It is a transition.
When a red giant exhausts its final fuel, what happens next depends on its mass. A star like our sun gently sheds its outer layers into space, a glowing bubble called a planetary nebula. The core remains behind as a white dwarf, a hot, diamond-bright ember, no larger than Earth, but with the mass of a star compressed within it.
It will slowly cool for trillions of years, radiating the last of its heat into space, until it becomes silent, a black dwarf, cold and dark, but still there, a fossil of starlight. More massive stars face a more dramatic fate. Their deaths are explosions, supernovae so bright they can outshine entire galaxies. For a moment, a single dying star can produce more light than billions. Inside that explosion, heavy elements form: gold, uranium, the metals in your blood, the calcium in your teeth, the oxygen you breathe. All of them were forged in stellar death. You are made of supernovae. Your jewelry, your bones, the hemoglobin carrying oxygen in your blood, all of it was once the heart of a star. This is not poetry, it is astrophysics. You are cosmic. When a massive star dies, its core collapses into something dense beyond imagination. If the remaining mass is moderate, it becomes a neutron star, a sphere only 20 kilometers wide with the weight of a sun squeezed into it. 1 teaspoon of neutron star material would weigh more than Mount Everest. Their magnetic fields are so intense that they can fire beams of radiation across space. Some spin hundreds of times per second, pulsars, lighthouses of the galaxy, marking time not in seconds but in millisecond flashes. Their rotation is so precise that they rival atomic clocks, a dead star keeping time for the universe. If the collapsing core is even heavier, gravity wins completely. A black hole forms, a place where space bends beyond return, where light itself cannot escape. Not a void, a presence so dense it traps space and time. We often think of black holes as monsters, but in truth, they are engines of transformation. They sculpt galaxies, ignite quasars, dance with stars like partners in a slow cosmic waltz. Every galaxy has a supermassive black hole at its center. Ours does, and perhaps yours, wherever you are listening from, is orbiting gently around it, just as blood circles a heart. If you notice, we are no longer only speaking about physics, we are speaking about something deeper. Stars are science, yes, but they are also comfort, a reminder that we exist inside a story older than history. People have looked up at stars longer than they have built homes, before books, before nations, before gods were written down. We told stories about them to understand life, death, love, time. A star rises, a star fades, a star is reborn. So are we. Maybe this is why stargazing brings calm. It returns us to a scale where fear loses volume. Deadlines shrink, voices quiet. The mind loosens its grip. Everything feels smaller, except wonder. Wonder grows. Right now, without moving, feel your body sinking a little further into where you rest. Feel the weight of the blanket, the air on your skin, your breathing, slow, natural. Nothing to fix, nothing to prove, just space to be. Think of your body not as a human shape, but as particles, atoms older than Earth, held together temporarily by warmth and will. You are a gathering of starlight, resting briefly in the form of a person. One day your atoms will scatter again and become something else: soil, river, leaf, maybe star. Nothing truly ends. Everything changes form. The universe recycles itself endlessly, and you are one movement in that cycle. Doesn't that feel soft? Doesn't that make room inside your chest? You can rest. The cosmos is wide enough to hold you. If you step closer to the universe, not with your feet, but with your awareness, there comes a moment where stars are no longer the brightest thing you notice. Instead, your attention begins to drift toward the spaces between stars, the dark ocean,
the quiet fog, the empty places that aren't empty at all. Most of space is not shining. Most of space is shadow. And yet, within that shadow, entire worlds are born. Let's go there together, into the places where light has not yet arrived, where stars sleep inside cocoons of dust, where creation is silent, slow, patient, where nothing seems to move, but everything is happening. This is the realm of nebulae, the soft breath of the universe. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine you're drifting weightlessly inside a cloud so large it could swallow 1,000 solar systems. You can't see clearly, just currents of dust, faint ripples of color, tiny sparks of starlight hidden deep inside like fireflies in a mist. It feels like being inside an ancient cathedral made of gas and time. Columns of hydrogen stretch upward like pillars. Veils of dust hang like cosmic curtains. Everything is still. Everything waits. This is where stars begin, not in clarity, but in confusion, not in brightness, but in darkness. Every star you've ever seen, including our sun, spent millions of years in one of these dark cradles. Before it shone, it was only a whisper of gravity, a gathering of dust grains drifting within a vast fog. Quiet, unnoticed, potential without form. It's strange, isn't it, how sometimes the most luminous things start in the deepest dark. When astronomers photograph nebulae, we see them glowing in pinks and blues and violets, but that's only because long exposure cameras collect light for hours, sometimes days. To the naked eye, most nebulae would appear nearly invisible, silent silhouettes, because beauty at cosmic scale often hides its brightest secrets behind patience, just like us. We are quick to celebrate the star, the result, the light, the final shape. We rarely remember the nebula, the silent forming, the years of uncertainty, the chaos before clarity. But the universe remembers. Nebulae are proof. Inside them, temperature drops so low that atoms slow their dance, moving sluggishly like thoughts on the edge of sleep. Dust particles cling together. Gravity begins to pull inward, gentle at first, then stronger, like a hand closing around possibility. Over millions of years, the cloud tightens, like breath drawn slowly into lungs. Somewhere deep within the fog, pressure rises, hydrogen trembles, waiting. And then a spark. Fusion ignites. A star is born, not with noise or explosion, but with light, the softest possible miracle. A tiny sun flickers into existence, like the first candle in endless darkness. Around it, leftover dust forms rings. Rings form stones. Stones form planets, oceans, moons, maybe even life. All from dust. All from silence. When you look up at the night sky, at every star you see, remember, you're looking at something that emerged from uncertainty. It was once a cloud of confusion. It was once lost in the fog. And isn't that, in some invisible way, comforting? Because we, too, go through these dark fogs, moments where life feels undefined, where the future feels distant and unclear. We wait, we wander, we gather ourselves piece by piece, until finally light finds a way. Not suddenly, not all at once, but gradually, like dawn. Nebulae teach patience. The Orion Nebula, perhaps the most famous in our sky, hangs like a violet flame beneath Orion's belt. If you stood with ancient hunters beneath dark winter skies thousands of years ago, you could see it as a faint blur, soft, ghost-like. Nobody knew they were looking at a nursery of stars, thousands of suns forming quietly inside. The great clouds inside Orion are dense with hydrogen. In their shadows, stars ignite like tiny hearts. Baby suns flare to life, surrounded by swirling disks of planet-forming material. In some of those disks, rocks collide. Others crumble. Some worlds will grow into giants. Some will die unborn. The process is messy, violent, beautiful. Creation is not gentle, even when it looks peaceful from afar. Move deeper still to the Eagle Nebula. You might know it as the Pillars of Creation. Hubble photographed it in 1995, then again in 2014. Enormous towers of gas rising like mountains, light years tall, their tips glowing with newborn stars. When we see those images, we feel something ancient stir in us. Not fear, but awe, as if we're witnessing the universe sculpt itself, like a painter layering strokes across a cosmic canvas. Inside those pillars, stars are forming even now, slowly, silently, while we sleep, while we dream, while we go about our brief lives. In the time it takes for a human to live and die, a star barely takes its first breath. Nebula time is deep time, slow time, the kind of time that softens worry and makes space for peace. Take another breath now, slowly.
Like a nebula compressing over millennia, imagine particles of gas drifting together inside your mind, thoughts gathering quietly, finding shape. You don't force clarity. It arrives naturally, like light inside the fog. Many nebulae glow because nearby stars heat their gas. Some shine with reflected starlight. Others appear as dark silhouettes, dark nebulae, where dust is so thick it blocks all light behind it. They are shadows in the galaxy. They look like nothing, but inside them, future galaxies of thought and possibility. Astronomers once believed dark nebulae were empty regions, places where matter was missing. Only later did we learn they were dense with invisible potential. Sometimes what looks empty is just unlit. Sometimes what feels dark is just unformed life. The most massive stars, blue giants that burn with intensity, carve bubbles in the nebula around them with stellar winds. Like children playing in sand, they sculpt shapes that would last for millions of years. But these bright giants die young, exploding into supernovae after only a short cosmic lifetime. In death, they enrich the nebula with heavy elements, carbon, oxygen, iron, seeds for planets, oceans, DNA. A star must die for life like ours to exist. Inside supernova debris, elements mix and travel across light years. Dust drifts, gravity gathers, new stars form, new worlds grow. The universe is not linear, it cycles: birth, death, birth, light, darkness, light. Even galaxies breathe. Think of the Horsehead Nebula, shaped like a silhouette rising from cosmic surf, or the Carina Nebula, a storm of light and color where star clusters burst like fireworks, or the Boomerang Nebula, coldest known place in the universe, where gas expands outward faster than any winter wind on Earth. Each nebula has its own personality, its own music, its own story, but all share a common truth. Creation begins invisible. Life, too, often grows in private, quietly, before anyone sees. Somewhere right now, a new star is flickering awake inside a nebula. Somewhere right now, a new idea is flickering awake inside you. You don't need to rush. Even stars take their time.
In the deep fog between stars, distances stretch across trillions of kilometers. Sound cannot travel. There is no air. Yet if silence had texture, it would feel warm here, like velvet, like being wrapped in a cosmic womb. Let your mind float here a moment longer. No deadlines, no noise, only drifting dust and ancient light. Nebulae glow brighter in the infrared, wavelengths human eyes can't see. In truth, the universe is far brighter than we perceive. Our senses witness only a sliver, like hearing one note in a grand symphony. There are colors we cannot see, patterns we cannot grasp, light we cannot feel. And still it reaches us, gently, softly, enough that we know it exists. In the same way, there are possibilities in your life you cannot yet see, futures hidden like stars inside fog. Their light hasn't reached you, not because it isn't real, but because it's still traveling. You are mid-nebula, mid-formation, a star in prelude, not late, not behind, exactly at the right cosmic phase. Sometimes we admire finished stars and forget the clouds that raised them. We compare ourselves to others in their shining moments, forgetting they too began unseen. Growth takes time. Becoming takes seasons. Nebulae whisper this truth endlessly across the dark. You are allowed to take your time. Now imagine drifting farther through the cloud. You pass clusters of newborn stars glowing blue. Jets of gas stream outward like lighthouses of plasma. Around some stars, disks spin like cosmic pottery wheels, swirling grains that crash and merge, building planets grain by grain. If you touched one of those grains, it might be carbon, iron, a speck from which mountains might one day rise, a dust mote that could become oceans, an atom that might become thought. Somewhere in cosmic fog, there may be another Earth beginning, not yet green, not yet blue, just dust, waiting for fire. If we could wait 1 billion years, we might watch continents form, storms rage, life blink into existence like a spark catching flame. But nebula time asks patience beyond imagination. So instead, we observe one snapshot, this moment, frozen in light. Nebulae also hide mysteries we rarely speak of aloud. What if life does not only begin on worlds? What if life begins in nebulae as chemistry before planets even form? Organic molecules have been found drifting in cosmic clouds, precursors to amino acids, possible ingredients of biology. Maybe we are older than we think. Maybe life doesn't start on planets, it continues there. Maybe life begins in the fog. Imagine future explorers traveling inside such a cloud in a distant era. Their ship's lights shining through violet haze. They pass rocks forming into spheres. They watch stars being born. They feel like midwives to cosmic infancy. One day, someone might watch our star's story from such a perspective, studying nebulae and whispering, "This is where their star once came from." The fog we wander is not a void. It is ancestry. Every particle of iron in your blood was once inside a star. Every atom of calcium in your bones was forged in nuclear breath. Every story we tell is made of borrowed light. We are nebula made conscious. Now breathe it in, slowly, like the universe expanding. In, out. Feel the space between your thoughts, a nebula of your own mind, not empty, but full of unrealized stars. If you let yourself rest here a moment longer, the darkness stops feeling like absence and begins to feel like origin. The universe is not asking you to shine all the time. It's inviting you to gather strength, to form, to become. Let the fog hold you gently. Let uncertainty feel like potential. Let silence be fertile, not void. When you wake tomorrow, the world will seem smaller than the cosmos we traveled tonight, but you will carry something from it, a softness, a widening, a quiet knowing. Even in darkness, you are growing. The nebula knows.
The universe knows. Now you know too. And somewhere in a cradle of cosmic dust, a new star takes its first breath, just like you, becoming brighter every moment, even if no one sees it yet.
Night has fallen gently across the world again. And perhaps you are listening now with your head resting against a pillow. Or maybe you are curled beneath a blanket with the lights lowered. The rhythm of your breathing softens, syncing with the calm of the evening. The room around you is quiet, still, as if holding its breath. There is only you, the slow movement of time, and the vastness we are about to drift into together. Let your shoulders drop. Let your eyes soften. Let the world outside dim until it feels far away. Tonight, we drift into the invisible, into a presence that fills the universe but is almost never seen. A presence that holds galaxies like lanterns suspended in black water. A presence older than stars and quieter than starlight. Not luminous, not warm, but essential. Without it, everything would scatter like sparks in the wind. We are going to wander through the quiet oceans of gravity, into dark matter, into the unseen structure that holds Andromeda, the Milky Way, and billions of galaxies in place. This is not a story of brightness, but of shadows. Not the glitter of stars, but the soft fabric that keeps the stars from drifting apart. Think of the universe for a moment, not as a collection of shining things, but as a vast darkness where light is only decoration, delicate, tiny, suspended like dew on a spider's web. The web itself is unseen. It is silent, but it is everything. Dark matter is that web. The story begins softly, in a time long before humans, before planets, before the first stars had sparked into existence. The universe was young then, vast, expanding, cooling, a sea of particles drifting in a darkness so complete that even the word darkness feels too bright to contain it. There were no constellations, no galaxies, no familiar sky. Only a quiet ocean of potential. Close your eyes and imagine that early void, an endless expanse, silent, patient, not empty, only waiting. From that stillness, something invisible began to gather itself, forming subtle clumps like sand settling at the bottom of a lake. It was matter, but not the kind we know, not atoms, not dust, not anything that light could touch. It was something stranger, something that would never glow, something that would never reflect, something light would pass through as if nothing were there. And yet, it was there. It held weight, it pulled, it shaped. Gravity was its language. Even now, billions of years later, dark matter remains silent, invisible, but its pull is undeniable. Around those early clumps of dark matter, gas gathered, gas cooled, stars were born, galaxies formed. The bright spirals we admire, Andromeda, the Milky Way, are like frost forming on an unseen window pane. The frost is what we notice. The glass is what supports it. We live always inside that invisible embrace. As you lie there breathing slowly, perhaps you can imagine yourself gently drifting through that ancient sea. There is no sound here, no resistance. You move as if floating through warm black ink.
Around you, faint clouds of forming galaxies shimmer like fireflies through water, glimmers not yet fully born. They cluster where invisible gravity beckons, where dark matter gathers like quiet shepherds of creation. Dark matter does not shine, yet it cradles stars. It does not glow, yet it shapes everything that glows. It is the skeleton of the universe. The Andromeda you imagined in earlier chapters, the great spiral drifting towards us across cosmic time, is wrapped in a vast halo of dark matter. More than 10 times more mass in the halo than in all its stars combined. It stretches far beyond where any telescope sees light. If we could view dark matter directly, Andromeda would not appear as a simple disk. It would bloom like a sphere, a ghostly cocoon extending hundreds of thousands of light years in every direction. Stars are only the glitter on the surface. Andromeda, like all galaxies, swims inside an invisible ocean. Perhaps you picture it now, a spiral of starlight suspended within a transparent sphere of shadow, cradled as gently as a pearl in a shell. The halo has no sharp edge. It fades, dissolves into the black of intergalactic space. But it holds, it contains, it whispers gravity into the hearts of every star within its grasp. Dark matter never speaks, yet everything listens. Imagine drifting closer to this halo. As you approach, nothing changes visually. It is invisible, but you feel yourself sinking into thickness, like sliding into deep water. The movements of stars inside Andromeda suddenly make sense. They orbit faster than visible mass alone should allow. Without dark matter, those stars would fling outward like sparks from a spinning wheel. But they do not. They hold. They remain. Something unseen curls its fingers around them. Let that thought settle into you like slow rain. Most of the universe, most of everything that exists, is something we cannot see. Not because it is far away, not because it is too small, but because it does not shine. Our eyes evolved to chase light, not shadow. But shadow is where the universe keeps its foundation. You breathe in softly. The air is cool. Your thoughts loosen. In this quiet moment, you might feel a strange comfort in that idea, that the universe hides more than it reveals, that there is mystery woven into every empty space. When you look at the night sky, you are not just looking at stars. You are looking through a medium of unseen mass, a vastness alive with gravity's hand. The dark between the stars is not emptiness. It is architecture. Let your mind wander there. You float deeper now through the halo as though swimming downward into an abyssal sea. Occasionally, a star passes beneath you like a silver fish flickering through water. Nebulae bloom in distant pastel clouds, pinks, soft blues, threads of dust glimmering faintly. Yet through it all, the darkness is dominant, not threatening, only immense, like a deep ocean where pressure is absolute, but peace is total. Dark matter is not cold, not warm, not tactile. It simply is, as constant as breath, as quiet as sleep. Allow your breathing to match this slow drift, long inhalations, long exhalations, as though you are floating weightlessly, suspended between gravity and silence. You do not fall here, you glide. Somewhere far below, the bright disk of Andromeda turns slowly like a glowing coin. You watch it from the inside out now, within the halo that binds it. The spiral arms are no longer simply photographs or diagrams. They are living rivers of suns, swept around by invisible hands. The core burns brighter than dawn. Clusters shimmer like scattered jewels. Yet none of this radiance reveals the true mass. The true body is the shadow behind it. Our eyes see stars. The universe is built from things eyes cannot see. There is a lesson there, gentle and patient, not only about galaxies, but about life. How often do we judge by brightness alone? How much of meaning lives quietly, unlit, unnoticed? The relationships we hold, the thoughts that shape us, the memories that linger soft and unspoken, these too are a kind of dark matter in the soul. We move around them, held by them, even without naming them. Dark matter is the universe's way of reminding us that the unseen matter.
You might imagine now that you extend your hand, slowly, gently, and brush the darkness. You feel no resistance, but you sense presence, a soft pull, like the faint tug of tide water at your ankles. This is gravity, the speech of dark matter, a language without sound that every star obeys. It says, "Hold together, move, but do not scatter, dance, but remain one." The ocean of gravity is both vast and intimate. Breathe slowly. Let your chest rise like the swell of a quiet tide. Let it fall like waves folding onto a shore. Stars drift around you like glowing plankton. Some burn blue-white, young and hot. Others glow warmer, like embers cooling in the hearth. There is no rush. Everything here moves at the pace of eternity. Slow arcs, long orbits, cycles of birth and death that unfold over millions of years. In the face of such time, your heartbeat feels like a whisper, and yet it is enough. For now, you are not rushing through life, you are floating within it. Andromeda revolves beneath you, the Milky Way glimmers behind. Between them lies dark matter like deep water under moonlight, invisible but felt. Perhaps you wonder now, how do we know it exists if we cannot see it? The answer emerges gently like a memory returning in a dream. We know because stars move too fast around galaxies to be held by visible matter alone. Something else must be there, something with mass, something silent, something ancient. We watch how galaxies spin. We measure how clusters bend light. We see the fingerprints of dark matter everywhere, but never the hand. Light curves where nothing shines. Paths bend where nothing is visible. Gravity flows from something that does not glow, and that unseen substance outweighs everything radiant. Most of the mass of the universe is shadow. This idea might seem vast, almost difficult to hold, but tonight you do not need to hold it tightly. Like a gentle dream, you can simply let it wash over you, let it settle, let it make space inside your imagination. You float deeper still. The dark matter halo thickens around you like night fog. Your motions become slower, smoother, like drifting in warm, deep water. You feel no fear, only the sensation of being held, suspended. Above and below stretch endless fields of stars like distant lanterns on a black ocean. They shimmer faintly, responding to currents you cannot see. Gravity is the tide. Dark matter is the sea. Galaxies are boats riding that silent swell. You exhale. The world softens. Thoughts drift like constellations dissolving into mist. In this calm darkness, you might feel something like gratitude that we exist at all, that consciousness emerged from stardust and shadow,
that a universe so vast allowed a planet to bloom with oceans and forests and minds capable of wonder. You feel small, but not insignificant. You feel brief, but part of eternity. Dark matter does not glow, yet it holds every star that has ever shone. You may not shine every moment of your life, yet your presence shapes worlds. You matter, even when unseen. Let that thought cradle you like gravity cradles galaxies. Time becomes slow here, not the ticking of clocks, but the long breathing of the cosmos through billions of years. Stars are born, stars fade, halos pull, galaxies turn. And somewhere small within this vast architecture, you are listening, awake, dreaming, resting, carried by a voice through the oceans of gravity. If sleep is near, you may let it come. You are safe here, held like starlight in a web of shadow. But if your mind is still wandering, we will drift farther yet, into the deepest quiet of the universe, into the place where dark matter forms filaments that stretch like threads of silk across black space. Clusters of galaxies cling to these filaments like droplets of dew. Between them are voids so enormous that galaxies could cross them for billions of years and never meet another traveler. And yet, even there, gravity whispers. Even there, dark matter holds. The universe has structure like lace, delicate, strong, invisible. You float between filaments, weightless, drifting through a cathedral of darkness where star clusters shine like stained glass far below. The silence is complete now, deeper than sleep, older than time. You can almost feel the vibration of space itself, a hum beyond hearing. It is not sound, it is presence. Dark matter surrounds you like deep water, soft, cool, infinite. Somewhere far away, a galaxy blooms like a rose of light. Another blinks like a candle against wind. Between them runs a thin thread of unseen matter, binding them like beads on a string. The universe is connected by things we do not see, just as people are. Every relationship, every memory, every feeling unspoken, they shape us like gravity. Dark matter shapes galaxies the same way. There is simplicity in this truth, that the most powerful forces in existence are silent, gentle, invisible. Love holds families, memory holds identity, gravity holds stars, dark matter holds galaxies. Not everything precious shines. Breathe again, slowly. Feel your body sink deeper into rest. You are floating in the dark, not lost, but supported. You may begin to imagine yourself drifting through Andromeda's halo like a feather falling through starlit water. Below, the spiral arms glow softly, their rotation slow as dreams. Above, the cosmic web stretches endlessly, woven from threads your eyes cannot see, but your imagination now holds. Dark matter is the quiet architect, and you are drifting through its design. You feel lighter now, thoughts loosened like knots releasing. Worries seem small and far away, like tiny planets orbiting distant suns. You are no longer measuring hours or tasks. You are drifting with galaxies. This is what it means to rest inside the universe, to know that while stars explode and galaxies merge across billions of years, you may simply lie still and breathe. Nothing rushes here. Nothing demands urgency. Time is deep and patient. You might imagine now that you turn in this dark ocean, slowly, gracefully, like a leaf turning in a current. The stars rotate beneath you. The halo enfolds you. The universe continues its silent expansion outward, and you float within that expansion like a moment suspended. Here in this darkness, you are held, not by walls, not by weight, by gravity, gentle, cosmic, universal. Let your breath match the universe, slow, vast, calm. You inhale, galaxies drift closer. You exhale, gravity holds them in embrace. You are part of that rhythm. You have always been. And as the section draws towards rest, you remain inside that halo of shadow and stars. The darkness is not emptiness, it is presence unspoken. In the stillness, you may sleep, or you may drift with me to the next chapter soon, where starlight and dark matter together paint futures across cosmic time. For now, let the halo cradle you, let the universe breathe through you. Let rest arrive like dawn behind closed eyes. The oceans of gravity are vast, but you float effortlessly. No need to reach, no need to understand fully. Just be here, carried softly in the arms of unseen matter. We will continue soon, deeper still, into the future of Andromeda and the cosmic dawns ahead, where light returns like morning. But for this moment, settle into the drift. You are held by the dark. You are safe in the vastness. You may close your eyes now and let sleep come like a star forming quietly in shadow.
The night has grown quieter now. Perhaps you are lying down, eyes half closed, the world around you softened into something gentle. Thoughts slow, like clouds moving across a still lake. The words of previous chapters linger like starlight, faint, familiar, comforting. And now we settle into the final descent, a place where the vastness we've explored folds inward, becoming something deeply personal. Take one more slow breath, in through the nose, hold, and let it fall away. We've journeyed across millions of light years, met galaxies like neighbors, wandered through dark matter like swimmers in black seas. We have stretched imagination across time, watched Andromeda as it was, as it is, as it will become. Now, in this final section, we step into a softer space, where cosmic scale meets the smallness of a single moment, where galaxies dream and where sleep finds you not as escape, but as return. You are no longer simply observing the universe, you are inside it, resting in its pulse, drifting with it. Andromeda moves toward us still, the slow pull of gravity drawing two great spirals closer, not with haste, but with the patience of ages. It feels almost like a heartbeat in slow motion, a beat measured in millions of years. Tonight, we imagine what it means not just to witness this universe, but to belong to it, to be made of its atoms, carried in its gravity, surrounded by its mystery. We turn inward as we look outward. Vastness becomes intimacy. Let us sink deeper now, softly, step by step. Imagine for a moment the atoms in your body, each one forged in the heart of a star. Calcium in your bones, iron in your blood, oxygen in your lungs, carbon beneath your skin. All of it once glowed in a star's core, swirling in nebulae, scattered by supernovae across interstellar space, and then slowly, patiently gathered into new forms: clouds, planets, oceans, cells. You are not separate from the stars. You are what they leave behind. You are what they become. Andromeda is not only out there, it lives in the very matter of your body. When you breathe, you move atoms that have drifted through space for billions of years. When you close your eyes, neurons spark with electricity, tiny storms of charged particles that were once stardust. Your mind is a constellation of thoughts, your memories galaxies of their own. The universe does not simply surround you, it continues inside you. You are listening to the story of Andromeda, but part of that story is you. You drifting into sleep. You returning to the calm that stars knew long before life existed. Let the thoughts settle like fine dust on still water. Now let us step forward in time. Not minutes, not days, but millions of years ahead. The sky changes. At first, Andromeda appears only slightly larger than it does now, a faint smudge, but wider. Then, over generations, it grows, each century a little more distinct. Its spiral arms sharpen, its core brightens, until one night, far in the future, it commands the sky. Imagine standing on a world then, maybe Earth, maybe another home, and looking up to see two galaxies hanging overhead. The Milky Way still stretches like a river of light, but Andromeda stands beside it, bold, luminous, like a second moon woven from stars. Children will ask what it is. Elders will point upward and say, "That is our neighbor, moving closer, our future written in the sky." As the merger begins, the heavens become alive, streams of stars pulled like silk threads, gas clouds colliding in slow motion, new stars igniting like lanterns at a festival. Night will never be as dark again. Skies will shimmer with newborn suns, blue, hot, brilliant. Nebulae will glow like stained glass across space. And our galaxy, once familiar, will change shape like a dream shifts into another dream. It will take billions of years, no moment rushed, no catastrophe sudden, just slow, graceful transformation. The way mountains rise from tectonic drift, the way rivers carve canyons not by force, but by patience. Even galaxies change like this, gently, inevitably, beautifully. You breathe out long and loose, your muscles unclench. The future feels far away, not frightening, just spacious. What remains when we sleep? As the universe expands, as galaxies drift and merge, life moves through its own cycles too, shorter, delicate, human-scaled. A lifetime is brief compared to stars, but meaningful. A galaxy glows with 1 trillion suns, yet your life glows with moments, connections, memories just as bright on their own scale. A hand held, a laugh shared, a quiet night like this one. Tiny things, yet they hold galaxies of feeling. Dark matter holds stars, and small moments hold us. Sleep is a kind of merging, too, the conscious folding into the unconscious, thought dissolving into dream, mind reorganizing itself in silence. Just as galaxies reshape themselves over eons, your thoughts reshape each night. Memories settle like stardust, your body heals in darkness, your mind rewires. You are a cosmos within. Sleep is your natural gravity, the pull inward, the gathering of scattered light. Let yourself be drawn toward rest like planets drawn into orbit. No force, no effort, just surrender. A last look at Andromeda. Before we close our eyes completely, let us imagine one final scene. You are lying in soft grass on a world unhurried by time. The air is cool, a breeze passes like a sigh. Above you, 2 galaxies meet in slow embrace. The sky is bright with stars, but your mind is calm. You feel no urgency to understand every detail. Wonder does not demand answers, only presence. Somewhere in the vastness, newborn stars flicker awake. Somewhere else, old stars dim into embers. Entire civilizations may rise and fall beneath these skies, but the stars continue their dance. And you, small, aware, breathing, are witnessing a universe that has taken billions of years to reach this moment. How remarkable it is that consciousness exists at all, that a galaxy can wonder about galaxies, that stardust can dream. You are stardust dreaming. The pillow beneath your head is a planet,
The breath in your lungs is cosmic history. Your heartbeat is the pulse of time. Let sleep come gently now. If your eyes close, let them stay closed. If thoughts wander, let them wander like comets. If silence deepens, sink into it like an ocean. There is no need to hold on. Everything in the universe is held already. You are held. As this final chapter slows, words become softer, fewer like stars thinning into dawn. You are floating again, weightless between two galaxies. The dark matter halo cradles you like warm water. Andromeda glows below like a lantern. The Milky Way glows behind like memory. You drift, unhurried. No destination, only experience. Thought dissolves into feeling, feeling into calm, calm into sleep. If you're not asleep yet, you are close. Your mind slowed to the pace of galaxies, your breath aligned with cosmic rhythm. In, stars are born. Out, stars fade and return to dust. You are safe. You are quiet. You are part of everything. Let go. Let thoughts scatter like starlight. Let consciousness soften at the edges. Let the universe carry you the rest of the way. Sleep does not come like falling. It comes like merging, like drifting into a greater whole. You close your eyes. You are a galaxy. You are a dream. You are home. Thank you for traveling through the cosmos with me. You may return any night you wish. The stars will always be here, and so will rest. Good night, and may your dreams be as wide as the universe.